Hello, welcome back to Sporking News Podcast. My name is Scott, or thank you for stopping by for the first time. Today I'm going to discuss some things that have been going on in the fandom the last couple days, really, maybe even weeks, probably for a long time, but I'm new to this, as you could tell with my awesome background and, doing it off my laptop with no microphone. So I'll talk about myself first. I put out a video the other day, which actually got most views I think I've had ever. The video was about funding Anas Abedin for his lawsuit against, or actually his appeal against Star Trek Discovery for intellectual properties for stealing his ideas from his game. And I always screw up this word, so
tardigrades.
Tardigrades. Okay, so the
tardigrades
are a small microscopic animal that can live in space. We found out this is a real thing. So what he did back in 2014 is he started a click and point game or point and click game about like a time and space traveling, huge blue one with all these different characters. And coincidentally, they say Star Trek actually Discovery came up with the same exact concepts. So I put out that video, and the video really was all about defending his right to appeal because people were just attacking Gary at Neurotic and others that spoke up about it. And Midnight's Edge, guys like that. So I put out a little video. I didn't think I'd get very many views, which I really didn't. But for me, it was a lot. And right away on Twitter, I was getting attacked by 3 or 4 accounts that just kept coming at me. You don't know what you're talking about, this and that. And I kept referring back to, I'm just defending his right to appeal. And they just wouldn't let it go. And, you're stupid, this, that, and they really, some people said some kind of shitty things. And that's all right, because I got a tough skin. I grew up, I don't know. I grew up in the 80s. We used to pick on each other. We still pick on each other. So it doesn't bother me. You could attack me all day. But it gave me a taste of the constant barrage. You respond with what you think is an intelligent and well thought out just statement, and they just bombard you. Okay. And it almost like these people are attacking all different people, like they're paid almost, allegedly. But I don't know. There was one person, I'll say, and I'm not going to say her name on here, but she did come at me angry. But after going back and forth with her for a little bit, respectfully, both of us, we came to an understanding that she loves that show and she hates that people are attacking it. I can understand that, but I'm a fan of, sci-fi and fantasy. And if something that I don't like comes up, I'm going to say it. And if there's something I like, I'm going to support it. And I don't like what it looks like they did to Anas. Okay. So I defended that. Now, in the fandom, there is a young lady by the name of Anna. She goes by that Star Wars girl. And she seems, I don't know her personally. I don't know really anybody personally. I don't know anyone personally. I mean, I talked to a couple of the guys. We got to know each other, but it's only been for a few weeks. But Anna, I've never spoken to, never responded to a comment of mine or anything like that. But she seems like a lovely person. Okay. She's well thought out. She's artistic. She's feisty, and I think that's great. Being a woman, content creator on platform and can stand her ground with all the others. It's awesome. And there's a lot of strong women in this fandom. Mary Mayhem, Geeky Candy, Mara J, God, I'm blanking, but there's a lot of great women that are supportive, smart, powerful women. I respect that. But she got attacked. So one of her posts was about disliking a rile painting or drawing from an artist who she said she likes. And people just attacked her about the rile thing and, how dare she, and some really horrible things. And then she took a selfie at LA Comic-Con with, like one of these type of things, with a Rose Tico cosplay person. And you know what? It was a funny picture. They're both kind of like, Rose was like, and, but all she did was, tweeted out, hey, I found Rose, to, I guess, someone who I hear both sides. I hear that, he's a hater of Rose, but he likes Rose on the other side. And it's just he makes fun of things, which we all do. We're jokesters. Well, she got so much shit for that. I mean, it was unfreaking believable. The things I saw people write, and Anna, none of my business, won't put her shit out there, but she's been through a lot this year. Okay. A lot more than a lot of people can handle in 1 year. And she's done it with grace. Okay. From what I can see, at least on this little screen, she's done it with grace. Okay. And people said some horrible shit to this young lady. And you know what? You're a coward. Okay. You would never say that to somebody's face. You wouldn't. None of you. You're punks. And that's what really gets me. A lot of people out there defending their shows. I can understand them getting a little hostile, a little upset. But what they said to this young lady makes me sick, But what I saw on the flip side of that is the support, from large channels, Nerdrotic Jeremy, of course, is like really close with her. All the women in the fandom, all the guys and girls from Geeks and Gamers, Doomcock, everybody, and then us smaller channels like myself and author Stephen Walton and Final Death Star and Bear Nerd Fun, like it doesn't matter how big you are. People are, they back each other. And I think that's what people need to understand about the so-called Fandom Menace. Okay. We're just a like-minded group of people. We all agree that shows we love are getting very agenda filled with, wokeness and political shit. And we want that gone. And if you are going to do it in a good way. It's like, let's talk about content and acting and direction. Like, let's get that point across that's the most important thing. And I think that's where things get lost. People think we're sexist and racist and this and that, and it makes no sense. It makes no sense. We are lovers of these shows. Like, first of all, I got into this world, the YouTube world, because of Game of Thrones. I used to love watching all the different channels discuss it. I mean, for hours. The books, I was in, coming out of rehab and in a relationship, and my beautiful now wife got me the books back in like 2010. And it just put me in a place where, I can go away for a while and be in this other crazy world. And it made me realize how much I love the things I loved as a younger guy, teenage kid, and I wanted to get more into that. So I did. And then after season 8, I found Nerdrotic, I found Doomcock, I found Mauler, I found Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. And it was like, holy crap, people that want to talk. See, my wife doesn't like Game of Thrones. Okay. She never has. She tried, but she doesn't like it. I love her to death, but we don't see eye to eye there. So I had to come here. And this is where I found a community of like-minded people that were willing to hear me out, and I love that about this. So I think all I'm trying to say, and I'm sorry if I'm talking about people I don't really know, I don't mean any disrespect. I'm not trying to get into something. I just want to support them. Someone like Gary, who has 140,000 subscribers, takes the time, to shout me out because he's in recovery too. And I find that awesome that someone that's doing this that I look up to, as, a content creator, and as it seems like as a person, takes the time to sometimes shout me out, retweet me, stuff like that. Doomcock has retweeted me, liked me. Jeremy, not yet. That's fine, dude. Whatever. I'll keep growing. Don't worry. But like my first live stream with, again, Stephen Walton had Drunk 3PO on it. And he always now, shouts me out in his live streams. I was just watching one of their live streams, and it's a fun community, man. Get a part of it. Come join us. Okay. If you're a hater watching this, give it a chance. We won't attack you for liking what you like. That's where people get it wrong. Just because you like The Last Jedi, just because you like season 8 of Game of Thrones, no one's going to attack you, and that we might debate you, but we're not going to attack you. Okay. And I know I'm a little channel, but I'm going to grow. I got personality. You know what I'm saying? And I know that the people in this fandom are going to back me. I think next week I might be on Mary Mayhem's live stream. She offered that to me on Wednesday. She's been nothing but supportive. Candace, supportive. Men and women come together that have a love of fantasy. And I wish that the haters would see that. And I also wish that they would realize that some of these accounts that are on their side probably getting paid by someone to do it, because they're on way too many accounts to even have a job. You know what I mean? Like, they just attack anything that pops up. Watch, I will put STD, I'll tag this Star Wars, and the same people will attack it. So we'll keep an eye on that. But I just wanted to say thank you to the community, to the Fandom Menace, and my crew. And if they're calling you names, they've already lost the war. Have a great day.